Good evening, my sleepy friend. Sleeplessness comes to everyone now and again, even young witches and wizards. And tonight, as you wander the corridors of Hogwarts, you desperately will rest to appear magically into your life. As everyone else sleeps soundly, you listlessly float from corridor to corridor, just wishing for sleep to take you where you stand. Though perhaps someone unexpected may help you find your way after all, in this lost night of wakefulness. Who knows? So as always, lie back, take a deep breath, and enjoy this story in which we discover the Room of Requirement. You've been wandering the corridors of Hogwarts for what feels like hours. The soft patter of your slippers on the cold stone floor being the only sound to keep you company. The castle is a maze of shadows and flickering torches. It's a perfect playground for a restless mind. You're not supposed to be out of bed, of course, but the warmth of your covers couldn't compete with the mysteries of these ancient walls. Your curiosity has led you to this quiet, deserted part of the school, where the portrait's eyes follow you with a knowing glint. The night air is filled with the scents of dust and old magic, and it's a comforting aroma that's become as familiar as the smell of butterbeer and roasting chestnuts from the Great Hall. You run your fingertips along the cool, smooth stones, feeling the history beneath them. Each one feels like it tells an old story of the countless students who've walked these same paths, probably just as sleeplessly as you. If you concentrate, you can nearly hear the echoes of their giggles and whispers, the ghosts of past pranks and late-night study sessions lingering in the air. As your mind wanders, you recall your transfiguration class earlier today, where Professor McGonagall had demonstrated turning a teacup into a teapot, which seemed simple enough. But you ended up making something more like a teacup-shaped hat. The class had erupted in giggles, and she had fixed you all with a stern look that could freeze a dragon's breath. But when she wasn't looking, she allowed a small, knowing smile to tug at the corner of her pursed lips. It was moments like these that made you feel like you truly belonged in the world of witchcraft and wizardry. You continue your stroll through the wee small hours, passing the painting of the fat lady who nods sleepily in your direction. She's not much for conversation at this hour, but her portraits, soft snores, are a comforting soundtrack. You remember the joke Neville had told you about her earlier. Something about her being on a permanent diet because of the number of times she has to squeeze through that frame. It seemed a little harsh, but you can't help but chuckle quietly to yourself. The sound bouncing gently off the walls and disappearing into the night. As you reach the grand staircase, you gaze down the corridor that leads to the library. The arched doorway is shrouded in darkness, but you know it's there, beckoning you with the promise of warmth and wisdom. Memories of countless hours spent nestled in the corner, surrounded by dusty old books, and the gentle scent of ink and parchment flood your mind. Madame Pince's shushing echoes in your ears like a friendly ghost's reminder of the peace you found amongst the shelves. You've discovered so much about the magical world in those quiet moments to yourself. From the mischievous tales of the Marauder's Map to the heartbreaking history of the Peveril brothers. But then the silence is shattered. Your ears catch a faint sound of footsteps approaching from a distant corridor. Your heart skips a beat as the sound grows louder, and you realize with a sinking feeling that you are in no position to be caught. There's no time to run, no secret passage to duck into, not even a magical object to hide behind. Your eyes dart around, searching for a hiding spot, but the corridor is bare and unforgiving. The footsteps get closer, and with a mix of dread and excitement, you recognize the unmistakable rhythm of Professor Snape's gait. Suddenly a figure emerges from the shadows, the torchlight glinting off his greasy hair.
What do we have here? A night owl lost in the halls.
His voice sounds like a low purr that could make a cat jealous. His eyes are sharp, piercing through the gloom, and you can't help but feel a strange twinge of nerve-wracking anticipation. But there's something in his tone that doesn't quite match the usual Snape-like scorn. It's almost amused. You stand there, frozen like a statue from one of the many hidden chambers of Hogwarts. You open your mouth to speak, but only a squeak comes out. He raises an eyebrow, a hint of a smile playing at the corner of his mouth.
The elusive sound of a student's voice lost in the night. It's like catching a glimpse of a unicorn in the forbidden forest.
The footsteps grow closer, and you brace yourself for the worst. But when Professor Snape steps into the light, his expression isn't as stern as you expected. He looks at you with a curiosity that's more akin to a cat watching a particularly entertaining mouse.
What brings you out of bed at this ungodly hour, young wizard?
His voice is softer than usual, the harshness of his Slytherin drawl smoothed by the quiet of the night. You manage to squeak out an explanation for your sleeplessness. You tried, but found nothing, and now you're attempting to tire yourself out with a walk. Your eyes dart around, searching for something more believable, but Snape's gaze holds you in place. He strokes his chin, and for a second, you think he's going to ask you to follow him to his office for detention. But instead, he surprises you with a chuckle.
Sleeplessness are the difficulties of a complex mind. It can be quite the double-edged wand.
Then he leans in closer, his eyes twinkling with mischief.
Tell me, have you ever heard of the Room of Requirement?
You nod, recalling the whispers about the magical chamber that appears when someone needs it most. He then points down the hall with his wand.
Well then, consider this a stroke of luck. Down that way, 3rd floor, left there's a tapestry that looks like it was painted by an idiotic drunken house elf.
He peers down at you, and for a brief moment, you see something in him that you never knew existed. A glimpse of visual empathy that's as surprising as a Quidditch match played in the Great Hall.
Go on, off with you,
he says with a wave of his hand. The softness on his face, a rare sight indeed.
You're certainly not going to find the answers to your troubles out here in the cold.
You nod, heart racing, and hurry in the direction he indicated. The corridor seems to stretch on forever, the torches casting flickering shadows that dance alongside you like mischievous pixies. You reach the 3rd floor, panting slightly from the mix of excitement and fear that has had you feeling like you've just run a marathon. You spot the tapestry, a hideous depiction of a family of house elves, frolicking in what might as well be a field of mashed potatoes. You stifle a laugh, feeling a bit of the tension ease from your shoulders. Leaning against the cold stones, your eyes squinted, you will the doorway to appear. You can't see anything at all, and after a few minutes, you're about to give up and turn back when you feel a gentle nudge from an invisible force. You open your eyes and there it is, as if it had been there all along. A grand, ornate doorway with carvings that seem to shimmer and shift in the torchlight. It's so uninspected, you swallow a chuckle. The room of requirement, right here, right now, because apparently you needed it. The door creaks open on its own, revealing inside a cozy space filled with plush armchairs and a roaring fireplace. The warmth washes over you, and you stumble inside, feeling like you've just stepped into a secret garden in the middle of winter. It's like someone has read your mind and knew exactly what you needed. A place to rest your weary legs and ponder the mysteries of the wizarding world without the weight of the castle's expectations. The room is lined with bookshelves, but they're not filled with dusty tomes and ancient scrolls. Instead, you see a collection of your favourite Muggle books, as if someone had plucked them straight from Diagon Alley's Flourish and Blots, just for you. A sense of wonder fills you as you realise this room truly does provide what you most desire at this moment. A slice of home and comfort. You collapse into one of the armchairs, feeling the warmth of the fireplace seep into your bones. It's like a warm hug from a friend you haven't seen in ages. The chair seems to mould entirely around you, creating the perfect cocoon for relaxation. You notice a small table next to you with a steaming cup of cocoa and a plate of cookies. It looks like chocolate chip and hazelnut, your favourite. You can't help but smile, and it feels like you're doing a lot of that tonight. Someone or something has read your mind, that's for sure. The room feels alive, pulsating with a gentle, welcoming magic. You lean back, sipping the sweet, warm liquid, the taste of chocolate mingling with a faint hint of marshmallows. The cookies are heavenly, and you're surprised to find that even the crumbs seem to vanish into thin air as you eat, leaving no mess behind. It's like a fairy godmother has waved her wand to clean up after you. Still not feeling all that sleepy, you get up from your chair to have a nosy round. As you explore, you find a magical quill and parchment set up on a small writing desk. The quill writes in your handwriting, scribbling down your thoughts and doodles without you consciously thinking about it. You watch, fascinated, as it sketches a perfect likeness of your pet owl, complete with a cheeky wink. It's like having an artistic twin, except it's all happening without lifting a finger. You giggle, wondering if this is what it feels like to be Fred and George Weasley in one of their more ingenious moments. In the corner, there's a tiny cauldron bubbling with a brew that smells suspiciously like your grandma's peppermint tea. With an air of suspicion, you lift the ladle and take a cautious sip, and are hit with a wave of nostalgia so strong it's like being enveloped in one of her warm, knitted sweaters. You sigh contentedly, feeling the stress of schoolwork and the impending owls, that's ordinary wizarding level exams, for any muggles listening, melt away like a dementor's kiss. You then notice a peculiar mirror in the corner of the room, mounted on the wall. And when you walk over and look into it, instead of reflecting your own face, it quickly shows a montage of happy moments from your life at Hogwarts. Laughing with friends, winning your first Quidditch match, and even the time you accidentally turned your roommate's hair blue with a botched potion. At least that's what they think. It's like your own personal highlight reel, and you feel all warm and cozy inside from these rather wonderful memories. But as the images shift, something strange happens. The mirror then seems to sense your deepest, most profound longing, a place where you truly belong. The scene melts into a mist, and from it emerges a scene that changes to a quaint rural cottage, surrounded by the warm glow of a setting sun. You recognize it immediately as the Burrow, the Weasleys' home. You see yourself curled up in a chair by the fire, surrounded by the comfortable clutter that comes from a house filled with love. The smell of Mrs. Weasley's cooking wafts through the air, and you can faintly hear the laughter and chatter of the family a few rooms away. The sight of yourself in the mirror is oddly comforting, as if you stumbled into a painting of a moment you never knew you missed. The reflection shows a serene scene of domestic bliss, with you as a cherished part of it all. You watch as the realization dawns on your sleeping face in the mirror. This is what you've always desired. A place where you're not just accepted, but truly cherished as one of their own. The warmth of the room of requirement morphs around you, and suddenly you feel the scratchy fabric of a well-loved chair against your legs. The scent of Mrs. Weasley's famous treacle tart wafting from somewhere in the next room, and the distant murmur of laughter and the crackle of a real Muggle-style fireplace. You blink and open your eyes to look around, blinking again in astonishment. You are in the Burrow's cozy living room, surrounded by the comforting clutter that comes from a family that's as large as the Weasleys. Fred, George, you've outdone yourselves this time, you mutter, half convinced you're dreaming. But the room is so vivid, the sensations too real, that you know it's more than just a trick of the mind. You laugh at the sight of the clock on the mantel, showing all the Weasleys' whereabouts, each hand pointing to a humorous location, from Mum's kitchen to Bill's tent in Egypt. You lean back, letting the magic of the moment wash over you. Mrs. Weasley, bless her soul, rounds the corner from the kitchen into the room, her presence as warm and comforting as a freshly baked pie. She sets a steaming cup of tea on the small table beside you, the porcelain clinking gently against the wood.
There we are, my dear. Drink up now.
She whispers, her eyes crinkling at the edges with a smile. She tucks a knitted blanket around your legs, and you're surprised to find that it matches the one you had in your muggle bedroom back home. The tea is just the right temperature, and the smell alone could cure a case of the Dementors. You look up to thank her, but she's already bustling away, humming a soft tune that you vaguely recognize from the Yule Ball. You take a tentative sip, and the tea tastes like a cup of pure love potion, only without the pesky side effects of falling madly in love with the next person you see. It's Mrs. Weasley's special blend, something she concocts with a dash of magic and a whole lot of motherly care. You can feel the tension draining from your shoulders as the liquid warms you from the inside out. The flickering candles cast a warm, golden glow over the cozy scene. The twins, as you can hear, are in the midst of a heated debate about the best way to prank Umbridge. Their voice is a blend of hushed excitement and brotherly banter. Ron and Harry are laughing at their antics, while Hermione, with her ever-present book, looks up from her studying to chide them gently. The sight of your friends, so relaxed and happy, fills you with a sense of belonging that's as potent as any charm. Mrs. Weasley flits about the kitchen, her apron covered in a smattering of flour, as she prepares dinner with the ease of a master chef. She tosses a pinch of this and a sprinkle of that into her cauldron, her wand flicking here and there, and suddenly a perfectly roasted chicken appears on the table. It's a simple, mundane moment, yet it's imbued with the kind of magic that makes the Weasleys' house feel like home. You smirk at the sight of Mr. Weasley tinkering with a broken Muggle radio, his glasses perched precariously on the end of his nose. His enthusiasm for the Muggle world is infectious, even when it doesn't always work out as planned. Ginny, her hair a fiery halo around her face, laughs at something Fred says, and you feel a pang of fondness for the cheeky twins. Even though they are several years older, they treat you like one of their own, sharing their jokes and their mischief. It is a bond forged in the fires of Hogwarts, and you wouldn't trade it for the world. Harry, ever the hero, is regaling Ron with tales of his Quidditch triumphs, while Hermione rolls her eyes in mock exasperation. Her book is momentarily forgotten. A rare sight indeed. From nowhere you yawn, largely, covering your mouth with your hand, and everyone's gaze flicks to you. They all smile knowingly, nodding in unison as if they've all agreed that you need your rest. It's a silent conversation, a dance of understanding that requires no words. Mrs. Weasley's eyes, filled with the warmth of 1,000 fires, beckon you back to the chair, and you obey, feeling as if you're being pulled by an invisible thread of comfort. You sink into the plush cushions, feeling the warmth seep into your bones. The scent of home enveloping you like a warm blanket. Fred and George, ever the showmen, toss a couple of feather-light pillows into the air, and they hover around you, plumping and adjusting themselves into a perfect neck rest. You watch, half amused and half exhausted, as they perform this silent ballet of comfort, their faces a mix of concentration and mischief. When you are perfectly settled, they exchange a nod of satisfaction.
Good night, mate,
Fred says with a wink, while George adds a cheeky,
don't let the bedbugs bite.
You laugh, feeling the tension of the day finally start to unravel like a hastily knit jumper. The fireplace crackles and pops, casting a warm glow over the room. You inhale deeply, the sense of home and magic mingling in the air. The sweetness of Mrs. Weasley's freshly cooked dinner, the earthy scent of the books lining the shelves, and the faint whiff of the enchanted firewood. It's a symphony for the nose, and you find yourself drifting off to the soothing lullaby of the crackling flames. Your eyes grow heavy, and the room starts to blur around the edges. With a contented sigh, you wrap the blanket around yourself a little tighter, feeling the warmth of the wool and the love that was put into every stitch. It's as if the actual knits of the blanket are whispering sweet nothings of sleepy time into your ear, telling you everything is going to be just fine. You snuggle deeper into the chair, your body feeling weightless, as if you were floating on a cloud of pure comfort. The sounds of your friends chattering banter and Mr. Weasley's tinkering become a distant murmur. The steady rhythm of the family's life, a comforting backdrop to your slumber. And finally, after your wandering, sleepless night, you find the real comfort you always needed. Who would have ever thought that it was Professor Snape that would help you find it? And as you feel yourself getting comfortable, we will now do a countdown together. With each number, you will sink deeper and deeper into relaxation. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are completely relaxed. Let your eyes grow heavy and allow yourself to drift as you listen to my voice. Think of rain and its soft, insistent whisper against a window pane. It's a sound that pulls you inward, a sound that invites stillness. You've dimmed the lights, drawn the curtains, and settled into your favourite armchair. A warm blanket is draped over your legs, and a cup of tea sits steaming on the table beside you. Everything is prepared for this moment. A moment of quiet reconnection with yourself. Close your eyes. Just for a moment, shut out the world outside. Let all of the visual noise fade away, replaced by the gentle darkness behind your eyelids. Don't try to control your thoughts. Just observe them, like clouds drifting across the vast expanse of a summer sky. Let them float by, without judgment, without clinging. Now take a big, deep breath. Inhale slowly, deeply, feeling the air fill your lungs, expanding your chest. Hold it for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now exhale slowly, releasing the tension held within your body. Feel your shoulders drop, your jaw relax. Repeat this 3 more times. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, slowly releasing. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And exhale, a gentle letting go. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. Before exhale, complete relaxation. With each breath, you sink deeper into your chair, deeper into yourself. The weight of the day begins to lift. The anxieties and worries softening around the edges. Now we begin a slow and methodical scan of your body. Bring your awareness to your toes. Feel the gentle pressure of your socks, the soft texture of the bedding beneath them. Notice any sensations, any tingling, any warmth or coolness. There's no need to change anything. Simply observe. Move your awareness up your feet. Feel the bones within your feet, the muscles and tendons. Imagine them softening, releasing any tightness. With each breath, your feet become heavier or relaxed. Continue to move your awareness upward to your ankles, your calves, your knees. Feel the support of the bed beneath your thighs. Notice any tension in your hips, and with a gentle exhale, allow it to dissipate. Your breath is your anchor. Whenever your mind wanders, gently guide it back to your breath, to the sensations in your body. Now, focus on your stomach. Feel the gentle rise and fall with each inhalation and exhalation. Let go of any holding, any bracing. Allow your stomach to be soft and relaxed. Imagine a warm, golden light filling your abdomen, soothing and calming. Move your awareness up to your chest. Feel the rise and fall of your breath, the gentle expansion and contraction. Let your heart be open and receptive. Repeat to yourself, softly, silently, I am worthy of love. I am worthy of peace. Feel the muscles in your back, along your spine. Imagine each vertebra loosening, releasing any tension that may live within. Visualize a warm wave washing over your back, melting away any aches or pains. Bring your awareness to your hands now. Feel the weight of them resting in your lap. Notice any subtle sensations in your fingertips. Imagine a gentle energy flowing through your hands, healing and revitalizing. Wiggle your fingers slightly, just to acknowledge them. Move your awareness up to your arms and then to your shoulders. Notice if they are tense. Gently roll your shoulders back and down, releasing any tightness at all. Repeat to yourself, I release all tension. I am safe. I am at peace. Feel the weight of your neck supporting your head. Gently tilt your head from side to side, releasing any stiffness. Now imagine a warm stream of water flowing down your neck, washing away any stress. Now bring your focus onto your face. Relax your jaw. Unclench your teeth. Soften your forehead. Release the tension around your eyes. Let your eyebrows unfurrow, allowing your face to be smooth and serene. Repeat to yourself, I am calm. I am relaxed. I am at ease. Now feel the gentle air on your skin and take note of any subtle sounds around you. Any rain, whispering traffic, a ticking clock, the sounds of your breath. Allow these sounds to become part of your experience, without judgment, without resistance. You are safe. You are grounded. You are present in this moment. Now we will do a countdown. And after the countdown, and with each number, you will sink deeper and deeper into relaxation. 10. Feeling the weight of your body in your bed, sinking deeper, relaxing more. 9. Your breath is slow and steady, calming and soothing. 8. Your muscles are soft and relaxed, releasing all tension. 7. Your mind is quiet and still, peaceful and clear. 6. You are safe and secure, surrounded by love and support. 5. You are letting go of all worries and anxieties, allowing yourself to be present. 4. You are embracing the peace and tranquility within you, feeling centered and grounded. 3. You are drifting into a state of deep relaxation, feeling lighter and more carefree. 2. You are surrendering to the moment, allowing yourself to be carried away on a wave of peace. 1. You are completely relaxed, deeply at peace, and at one with yourself. In this state of deep relaxation, repeat these affirmations to yourself, silently, spoken in your mind or aloud, whichever feels most comfortable. I am strong. I am capable. I can handle anything that comes my way. I am worthy of love, respect, and happiness. I am grateful for all the blessings in my life. I am forgiving of myself and others. I am open to receiving all of the good that the universe has to offer. I am healthy, vibrant, and full of energy. I am confident in my abilities and talents. I am beautiful inside and out. I am at peace with myself and the world around me. I am loved. I am safe. I am enough. Continue to repeat these affirmations or any others that resonate with you, allowing them to sink deep into your subconscious mind. Believe in them, feel them, and know them to be true, because they are. You are a beautiful, amazing, and powerful being. You are capable of anything you set your mind to. You are worthy of all of the good things in life. Stay in this state of deep relaxation for as long as you like. There is no rush. Allow yourself to drift, to dream, to simply be. Imagine the rain as it continues its gentle lullaby against the window pane. A soothing soundtrack to your inner peace. Always remember that you can return to this place of relaxation any time you need it. It is always within you, waiting to be discovered. As the rain continues its gentle song, you drift further, closer to sleep. The soft blankets inviting a deep and replenishing night. You are safe. You are calm. You are loved. And as you feel yourself getting comfortable, we will now do a countdown together. With each number, you will sink deeper and deeper into relaxation. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are completely relaxed.